I'm going to give you a minute with this next joke. This next joke is wrong on a number of levels. I want you to enjoy them all. It starts off fine, it goes south real quick, and then it pulls it back just at the last possible second. It's a real journey. I don't like it when airport security asks me to take off my shoes in the airport. Really, Heathrow? Have you just got new carpet, have you? I wouldn't take off my shoes if I was visiting a mosque. And that kind of cultural insensitivity towards Islam should tell you, I'm not the guy you're looking for. Right, this should be a career ender. Okay, strap in everyone, you ready? When people talk about the Holocaust, when people talk about the Holocaust, they talk about the tragedy and horror of 6 million Jewish lives being lost to the Nazi war machine. But they never mention the thousands of gypsies that were killed by the Nazis. No one ever wants to talk about that because no one ever wants to talk about the positives. That's a very good joke for the following 3 reasons. Firstly, fucking funny. Well done, mate. Secondly, edgy. Edgy is all hell. It's a joke about the worst thing that's ever happened in human history. And people say, never forget. Well, this is how I remember. I keep bringing it up. Third reason that's a good joke is because there is an educational quality. Like everyone in the room knows, 6 million Jewish people lost their lives to the Nazis during World War II. But a lot of people don't know, because it's not really taught in our schools, that the Nazis also killed, in their thousands, gypsies, homosexuals, disabled people, and Jehovah's Witnesses. No one knows what happened with the Jehovah's Witnesses. You'd have to assume some Jehovah's Witnesses came a knocking on the gates of a death camp with a copy of a magazine called Watchtower. Some enterprising Nazi guard. Oh yes, come in, it's very interested in your magazines. It's the Watchtower, we have the Watchtowers here. It is, how you say, a coinkydink. This is a long journey for the witnesses. You come in, you freshen up, take a shower. Good, I hope you've enjoyed the evening. You've enjoyed the evening, right? Yeah. I hope none of you needed it. Sometimes you need it. When life is shit, that's when you need a laugh. When things are terrible in your life, you need a laugh. And actually, we've got the best sense of humor. It's best to have a very dark sense of humor, right? Because at least when our life is shit, we can laugh about it. I feel sorry for the people that get offended. I feel sorry for the people that can't laugh at dark shit. Because when their life is terrible, they've just got to fucking white knuckle it. At least we get to fucking giggle, which is a long, roundabout way of saying, I did a gig in a hospice. Now, I'm going to talk about death and cancer now, but don't worry, I'm very funny. So I did a gig in a hospice. It's at Just for Laughs, the comedy festival in Montreal. The charity's called Hope and Cope. They're great people. But basically, we do the gig every year. Been doing it 7-8 years. And what they do is they put on a concert in a hospice. It's 200 dying people in the audience. And we put on a little comedy show in the afternoon. It's great. And the last time I played it, I went on last. So I watched the show from the back of the room. And I'm watching 3 other comics. They all did great. They all got big laughs. But no one talked about death and cancer in a room full of death and cancer. And I thought it was weird. And I was chatting to a friend at the back of the room. I said, it's weird no one's mentioned what's going on in the room. He said, it is weird. You should mention it. I went, yeah, no, I should, yeah. And then I felt like I'd be shortchanging them if I didn't. I felt like I had to. So I walked up on stage with some degree of trepidation in front of 200 people dying of cancer. I said, come on, we haven't got much time. Well, I have. And the laugh was extraordinary. It was like the volume had been turned up, and suddenly there was air in the room, and this dark, ominous presence was being taken down and laughed at. And I was really enthused, and it felt really empowering, and I got carried away and I took it too far. Well, no, they were fine, but I followed up with, is anyone here from last year? Spoiler alert. I finished with a couple of cancer jokes, my favourite cancer jokes. Don't look at me like you think, oh, he doesn't have favourite cancer jokes. Of course I fucking do. My father died. Really? What was it? The big C. Cancer. No, he drowned. Terrible thing. Joke about a terrible thing. We've been through this. Well, that's the end of my show, and quite possibly the end of my career. You've been great. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for coming out to the show. I really appreciate it, everyone. Thank you very much. I'll see you all again. Cheers. Good night.